Hello there, welcome back to Brilliant Minds. Today we're going to talk about Julius Caesar, one of the most famous names in all of history. He lived over 2,000 years ago, so long ago that there were no cars, no phones, and certainly no TikTok. But even without all that, Julius Caesar became a powerful general, a bold leader, and someone whose name is still remembered today. And get this, the month of July is named after him. But Caesar didn't start out powerful. He began as a clever and determined boy, one who refused to give up, even when things got scary. Julius was born in ancient Rome in 100 BC, into a family that used to be rich and important. But by the time he was growing up, they didn't have much power left. Still, his mom and dad told him stories of brave Roman heroes and made sure he learned how to speak well, write clearly, and think like a leader. And oh boy, Caesar loved learning. He studied history, language, and politics like a sponge. He even trained to become a priest at one point, but that didn't last long. Because Caesar didn't want to pray about power. He wanted to have it. When he was just 16, something awful happened. His father died suddenly. That meant Caesar had to take care of his family. But just as he was finding his feet, a dangerous ruler named Sulla came into power. Sulla didn't like Caesar's family one bit and ordered Julius to divorce his wife. That might sound strange today, but back then it was a way of forcing people to choose sides. Caesar said no, even though it was dangerous. Even though it nearly got him killed. He ran away from Rome, hid in the countryside, and joined the army. It turned out he was brilliant at it. Julius fought in battles across faraway lands. He showed courage, cleverness, and loyalty, and people noticed. Once, he even got captured by pirates. Can you imagine? They held him for ransom, which means they wanted money to let him go. But instead of being scared, Caesar laughed. He said they hadn't asked for enough money because he was worth more. Then, after he was freed, he raised a small army, went back to the pirates, and captured them. That was Caesar for you. Bold, brave, and just a little bit cheeky. As he got older, Caesar made his way into politics. He gave great speeches, helped poor people, and made promises that lots of people loved. He climbed higher and higher, becoming governor of different regions, and eventually a powerful general in charge of huge armies. He didn't just fight, he won. In a famous war in Gaul, now known as France, Caesar led battles that made him one of the greatest commanders Rome had ever seen. But back in Rome, not everyone was cheering. Some people were jealous. Others were scared of how powerful he was becoming. Then came a big decision. Caesar was told to give up his army and stay away from Rome. Instead, he crossed the Rubicon River, a move so daring that people still say, crossing the Rubicon, when they mean making a bold, no-turning-back choice. Once again, Caesar didn't back down. He marched into Rome and took control. He made new laws, gave land to poor people, and fixed the messy Roman calendar, the one that gave us 365 days a year. He even named a month after himself, July. Some people loved him. Others thought he had too much power. Then, something truly sad happened. A group of senators, including people Caesar trusted, made a plan. They thought the only way to save Rome was to get rid of Caesar. On March 15, 44 BC, a day now known as the Ides of March, they attacked him in the Senate. Caesar saw one of his friends among them and whispered, "Et tu, Brute?" which means, "You too, Brutus?" And just like that, the boy who wouldn't back down was gone. But Julius Caesar's story didn't end there. His adopted son, Augustus, became the first Roman emperor. His name became a title, Caesar, used by rulers in other countries too. Even the word Tsar in Russia and Kaiser in Germany come from Caesar's name. He showed the world how much one person could achieve with courage, clever thinking, and a whole lot of determination. So what can we learn from Julius Caesar? Sometimes, being brave means standing up for what you believe, even when it's not easy. Sometimes, being clever means knowing when to wait and when to act. And always, always, be kind to your friends. Because even the strongest leaders need people they can trust. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again soon for another amazing story.